Hey everybody, Max Monster here. Doing another hero revisit for patch 1.11 for Marvel Heroes. This time, the obvious, if you haven't been able to tell by now, is Wolverine. And they did change him pretty good. As you can see, a lot of skills have moved over to the Weapon X category from the Fury category. Kind of a interesting place to put it. But I guess it makes sense because all these either generate Fury or burn Fury. So it's kind of nice to have them all spread up in probably better locations. The first major changes are going to be the Brutal Slash and Eviscerate. Those are your first Fury burners now. They're kind of reversed. I believe you used to get Brutal Slash first, and then you got Eviscerate. Either way, it doesn't matter. While leveling him, you're going to want to just use whichever one you prefer, the AoE or the direct damage. The AoE will probably be a little bit more handier than the direct damage. The damage difference isn't that big, and at least as an AoE. And if you look over at Claws, Quick Slash is still your startup attack. It still has, well, with my attack speed buff, 3.8, so I'm going to assume that's a 3.5 or something like that. And you're going to get your first AoE attack, and then you're going to get an attack that does double damage to AoE attack to enemies around you, and you get it at the same time with Bloody Slash, which delivers damage over time, and this does double damage to creatures that are bleeding, targets that are bleeding. This is kind of a build direction you could go. If you take Bloody Slash, you can go with Blood Hungry Sweep, and later on I Am the Best There Is, which deals double damage to bleeding targets, and that's going to be some massive damage happening there. I mean, I'll just put 4 points in there, and that's 700 to 900 damage. So if you're getting double damage, that's 1,400, 1,800, 2,000 damage almost. For 30 spirit, depending on your build, you probably be able to do that 4 to 5 times. So, I mean, that's a lot of damage fast. 1.5 attacks a second on that, so 3 attacks basically within 2 seconds. So it's a build direction that you can take. They also improved Hack and Slash, which is nice. This one synergizes with the build that I'm going to be doing, which I call Weapon X, because it's mostly focused on Weapon X. But it does double Fury generated with every hit and every crit. So, cat's annoying me here. So that's pretty nice, you know, double Fury generation. You get to dump Fury faster. And then when we move over to our Fury, we already discussed these two. You get Cage the Beast, which is restore 10 spirit per second. Spend 1 Fury to gain spirit, and basically every Fury point is worth 50 spirit because it takes 5 seconds to go. You got Unleash the Beast, which converts spirit to Fury points. 50 spirit equals 2 points of Fury. So, kind of interesting there. You can get your Fury up if you wanted. And then, of course, with Fury, the key ability is Berserker Fury here. And Berserker Fury is pretty well on par to what it was. 6-second duration, 5% attack speed per point of Fury, 1% crit per point of Fury, and it scales lowly, but it does start to scale as you put points into it. You got to remember that even though you get such a minimal return on the point, it is going to be times 5 because you have 5 points of Fury that you can spend. So they do have to gate it that way. It makes perfect sense. In Weapon X over here, we got the standard healing factor. Doesn't look like that's changed much at all, which is good. We got our Furious Lunge. That's moved over here. Oh, I forgot about Slashing Leap. This is your other movement ability, which puts on a dot. That hasn't changed much, but it does at least list how long it lasts, which is 4 seconds. And I believe my first iteration of Wolverine, I said 3 to 5 seconds, and I was right on, 4 seconds. They did retool Adrenaline Rush. This is a very, very interesting retool. Before, it wasn't worth putting points in, but now not only do you get haste of movement speed, but you also get a dodge bonus. And that dodge bonus and movement speed does scale. It scales quite well. At 16 points here, it's giving me 20% dodge almost and 45% movement speed. And it's permanent now. You do not have to hit this button. You just toggle it on and off. It's a permanent buff while on, but it reduces your maximum spirit by 50. So that's kind of an interesting effect, especially those that are going to go for I'm the best there is builds with bleeds. That's going to give you 3 I'm the best there is before you regenerate spirit. And you'll probably end up dumping with Cage of the Beast, dumping your Fury that way, and with Berserker Fury to get out the spirit to keep I'm the best there ising. But that's just my guess of what you're going to do. Feral Senses, it's been retooled. It adds a critical hit chance with the buff now. It does not scale as well. I'll put a whole bunch of points in here. 1 point got you 3% crit. 19 points gets you 6% crit. That's not scaling well. But it's definitely worth a point anyways. If you're not going for it, definitely put a point into it. Regeneration boost hasn't changed much. Spirit cost seems to go up a little bit. It scales very well. Lots of health over 5 seconds. Feral Growl no longer fears. It now stuns. The stun duration does go up, and the spirit cost, interestingly, gets reduced as you spend points into it. So you can stun for quite a long time, and it's cheaper and cheaper. Probably be really brilliant against trash. Adamantium Skeleton has moved down quite a bit, giving you a tenacity bonus and a large amount of physical and energy defense. And it just doesn't scale so well. I mean, if you're going defensive, you can definitely put points into it, but you don't get a lot more out of it. The first point is well worth it. 450 physical and energy defense and 100 tenacity is nice. Can't Keep Me Down is moved a little bit further down the line also. This is still the same. If you do dump points into it, the duration does increase for the buff. Not sure how necessarily that will be. And Bloody Victory, if you noticed, has been moved way down here. I think they swapped it with Regeneration Boost. And every time you defeat an enemy, you regain health. And that's the 124 health, so it's been retooled to actually say what's happening. And you deal extra damage after critically hitting an enemy. That's interesting. The buff duration does increase as you put points into it, which is very good. It also increases with Doom's Metal, as well as the duration as Berserker Fury. Although the tooltip will not update, I did test, and Berserker Fury does last longer with Doom's Medallion on. It actually lasts noticeably longer. So Bloody Victory is definitely worth putting points in, even though the damage and health regen doesn't go up greatly. The buff duration going up is more than key factor there, because it's going to be based on critically hitting an enemy for the damage, as opposed to last time where you just had to critical hit or kill something for both effects. Now you're getting a split effect. And you want that damage bonus. That's a lot of damage, even though it says only 80. I mean, every swing getting an extra 80 damage is huge. That's like 25% damage increase, basically. So Feral Senses will help with that crit chance. And that's really the changes in the skills. I'm going to go over my Weapon X build now. And it's going to be pretty much on par to what 1.10 was. I'm going to do Healing Factor. Obviously, that's awesome. With all the points dumped in at 17, it's 3840 health per minute. That's a lot of health. 42 health when you hit with a fighting power. That's a lot of health. And all these are tooled to say basic powers and fighting powers. However, what they are not tooled to say is whether or not they are area powers. And they actually are. Dr. Octopus's will increase the range, and you will get some more crits on it. I don't think the crit is translating quite well off of Dr. Octopus's metal at the moment. So I'll get into some of the testing that I did with those two in a moment. But we definitely want Healing Factor, and we want that maximized. That's a 20-point skill. Wolverine will be the second build that I ever did where I'm splitting out points, not to maximize a skill. Although 5 I will maximize. There's going to be a split between 2 for number 6 and number 7. And the next key factor here is obviously Berserker Fury. We love that skill. That skill is beautiful. 5 points, giving us a ton of attack speed, a ton of critical hit chance, and it lasts 6 seconds with Doom. If you got 33% or more with Doom, or you got Doom's metal and some buff duration on your gear, you're going to look at 8 seconds. And that's going to be kind of a key feature that we're going to get into. And then our next ability is we got to have something to do with the Berserker Fury. We have to get the Fury. We need something to hit with. And we're going with Hack and Slash. Why Hack and Slash now over Quick Slash? Because of this generating double Fury with every hit and crit, you can fill up super, super quick on Fury and basically always Berserker Fury. Permanently Furied, which is obviously a very good thing. It's kind of the goal you were always going with before. You're also looking to get Bloody Victory up all the time. So we need this crit chance. This is a lot of crit chance. This crit chance pays out more than this crit chance. We're going to get that in a second. Our number 4 ability is going to be Adrenaline Rush, just because it's that good. I mean, 15 points for 18.5% dodge. I'll take it. With all that health regen, dodging 1 out of 5 attacks is pretty sweet, and not having to hit that button to run at 30% speed, which the previous build did, is nice. I just have to hit it once whenever I log in, and I run around at 45% faster, which means I'm going to get to killing things faster, which means I can keep my Berserker Fury up longer, and I'll get more Bloody Victories to go with the Berserker Fury to hack and slash with. So everything's kind of tying together. And we just spoke a lot on Bloody Victory. So that would be number 5 skill, Bloody Victory. We want to maximize this for that buff duration, because we are not going to probably crit more than once every 5 swings. We might hit 20% crit chance with everything, or close to it. You know, we really want to basically get a guaranteed crit within 4 seconds, which we're going to have that. So we'll be able to permanently Bloody Victory, and that will be a nice thing. Now that's going to lead us to our number 6 skills. And before I go into those, I'm going to go into our 1-point skills. And Adamantium Skeleton is absolutely worth 1 point. Can't Keep Me Down. Very versatile skill, useful if you're getting frozen a lot or coming across frozen mobs. So that's going to be a 1 point. Feral Growl. If you're getting overwhelmed, how nice would it be to stun everything for a couple seconds and regenerate your health? It would be very nice. And then you have some choices here. I go for Slashing Leap and Furious Lunge myself. I like the choice. Furious Lunge I really only use on Doom, just to get out of his stuff. A couple other boss types, it would be good to get that mobility. Bloody Slashing Leap doesn't give you the instantaneous get out of something as much as Furious Lunge does, But when dealing with like Magneto or Dr. Octopus or the Wizard, Slashing Leap gets you there and puts some permanent damage over time on there. It's a nice little add-on. But you can absolutely just stick with Furious Lunge if you didn't want Slashing Leap, or if you don't like Furious Lunge, you can stick with Slashing Leap. It's good to have something to get you here to there, although we're going to be running a real faster, so it may not be as necessary. And that's our 1-point abilities, and then our number 6 and number 7 abilities are going to be Regeneration Boost and Feral Senses. Obviously, Feral Senses is giving us some critical hit. We want critical hit because that works with Bloody Victory. It helps get Berserker Fury back up because we're getting more Fury and everything. So we want crit and Regeneration Boost. You know, you basically don't even need health kits on Wolverine. You can remove them from the bar with Regeneration Boost. But if you use them both together, phenomenal recovery. Especially if you're into something that's going to outlast Savage Recovery, which is still insane. 30 seconds of 1,700 health regen over 30 seconds. 17,000, not 100. 40% crit chance. The defense penetration of 136. Don't know what that really means. That hasn't been retooled to be specific to what 136 defense penetration means. So I don't know, but the 40% crit chance and 17,000 health over 30 seconds is what's appealing to me at the moment. You know, great for Doom. So, like I said, we're going to be splitting it out, and with our 1-pointers the way I spent them, that's going to leave 17 points, because I did the 2 free skill points, or the 3 skill points actually, so that'll be 18 points. And what we're going to do is 12 points into Regeneration Boost, and we're going to do a total of 6 points into Feral Senses. You're probably wondering why so low, and I'm actually going to do the Feral Senses first. Well, as you can see, I have +5 there from all my other items and everything. But at rank 6, it's giving us 4% crit chance. At rank 1, it gave us 3% crit chance. So for 5 more points, I got 1% crit chance. It just doesn't scale a lot. And at rank 11, it's giving us 5% crit chance. So for 1 point, it's a great skill. Extra points, iffy. I'm going to take the 4 to 5% extra crit chance, and then I will beef up Regeneration Boost so I can stay alive better. And that's it. And as I go, I won't be putting any more points in Feral Senses. They'll all end up in Regeneration Boost. But at this level, he doesn't need a lot of Regeneration Boost, so I don't go with a lot of Regeneration Boost. I'll need it later. And that's the build. So I'm just going to click Confirm. And we'll go over to stats. His stats hasn't changed. Some stats have changed on guys. He will get more durable, which means he's even tougher. That's awesome. He doesn't get any more strength. He does get a lot of fighting. He'll maximize fighting. So he's going to be great. He'll get a little bit more speed, no more energy, and he gets a little smarter as he gets older. And that's really it. I'm going with the Doom Medallion for that power duration. The extra damage is nice, and with the dodge that I now have, the crit chance or the instill fear when attacked, anything that gets through, it's going to proc an AoE fear that gets everything away from me. I know a lot of people don't like that, but if you're getting swarmed, it's definitely worth it. Because once they're feared, you can always hit that feral growl and stun them, and then kill them. But as long as they stop attacking you, it gives you enough time to regenerate in really bad situations. I'm keeping Hammer Ordnance, plus 75 damage at this place and time is a lot of damage. And a knockback, not so cool, but I want that damage. I got the Kree Hyper's optics here. The reveal enemies on a 1540 range, don't really care. 4% crit chance, I care. This is basically 2 Feral Senses. And 14% chance to slow the target for 5 seconds when I hit. I'm going to be hitting a lot, so I'll slow them down. I kind of took what I got on the costume, plus crit chance is best. I'm probably going to try to get rid of that attack speed and go crit chance. Defense penetration to basic power ain't bad. We're using a basic power. Claws, if you can get plus spirit per kill, plus spirit per hit, because you're hitting with a basic power, plus health with a basic power, all those just make you even more powerful. Probably plus spirit with a basic power, and plus health with a basic power, plus physical damage, plus the skills that you use. That's what you're looking for. Over here, I got minus spirit cost to weapon X powers. It's going to help me with regeneration boost, so I don't have to spend as much spirit there. Helps me with Feral Growl, helps me with Can't Keep Me Down, and that's really about it. But it's not imperative. Really here, the plus power duration with the Doom Metal is 35%, so 35% of 6 seconds is at least 2 seconds. I got 8 seconds on my Berserker Fury. That's what I want. Physical damage when hit, who cares? You really want defense here. Defense, hit points. Huge things. The more hit points you have, the better off you are, because you regenerate so much health already. Plus spirit would help. You'd probably want plus spirit if you're going with I'm the best there is. More minus spirit costs here. As you can see, I got 13% reduced spirit. But more importantly, I got plus defense, plus defense. Drop rarity boost, most important thing. Hack and slash, regeneration boost, feral senses, all nice skill boosts. Here I want drop rarity and special item find if I can get them both on it. But look at this. This is like the most defense I've got compared to even like my chest. This is more defense. And on the hat, critical hit chance with special item find and drop rarity is what I'm looking for. And anything else there is a bonus. So, you know, it's kind of like the wish list there. And that's really it. So I'm going to break the video here, and then I'll do a video of me and the runs. So I hope it helped you guys out to see the new skills and how they work. They really work well. You know, they scale pretty good. They do offer now 2 Wolverine builds over 1. Like I said, the bleed / I'm the best there is / blood hungry sweep build to the weapon X build, which I just did. And you can do minor variations on it, but it's all going to be kind of the same. So, hope it helped, and I'll talk to you guys later.